I'll say I've experienced racism just about every day of my life, but I've had two experiences that really spoke volumes to how America views me as a black man. The first of which was when I was only 12 years old. I had a kid threaten to get his dad's AR-15 and blow my head off because he thought I was staring at him. The teacher responded to that by having me removed from the classroom and sent to the AP's office to be disciplined. When I got there, it was the assistant principal and a police officer uh, because they felt they needed extra force to deal with the threat that I was. Uh, the officer asked me if I was afraid of him. I told him I was not afraid of him. He pulled out his gun, he slammed it on the table. He said, "Are you afraid of me now?" I said, "No, sir, I'm not afraid of you." He picked up his gun, he put it maybe 3 or 4 inches away from my face. He said, "Are you afraid of me now?" I said, "No, sir, I'm not afraid of you." He said, "All right, you can go back to class." All the assistant principal had to say about it is you have a place on this campus, you need to learn it and stay in that place. That was my first experience with racism. It kind of made me hard for a few years after that, but I realized that's just life in America for our people because I've been hit with similar situations time and time again. The second situation was just a few years ago. I went to Buffalo Wild Wings in Memorial with some friends of mine. We ate, we paid our tabs. When we finished, I walked one of my friends to her car. We talked for a little while because I hadn't seen her in years because she had moved to New York. Uh, by the time I got to my car, there was a police officer screaming across the parking lot, blocked me in, and got in a defensive position with his hand on his gun. Was basically screaming at me, getting ready to arrest me because they knew I had been breaking into cars in the parking lot. And I was basically like, "Sir, that's ridiculous. I literally just walked out of Buffalo Wild Wings no more than 5 minutes ago. I walked my friend to my car, then I came to my car." But he was convinced. And the only thing that it kind of broke that is luckily one of my other friends, Greg, Greg Cassidy, he
Yeah.
was sitting in his car next to me. Once he noticed Greg sitting there, he kind of lowered his posture. Then it went from, okay, I'm going to arrest this guy or do whatever I will want to with this guy to let me figure out why this guy's even on my side of town. He doesn't belong here. And he literally said to me, because I had on a North Shore shirt and I was in Memorial, he literally said to me, "You're a long way from home, ain't you, boy? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing in my neighborhood? You don't belong here. This isn't for you." And I mean, that just, I laughed the whole way home that day. I laughed. That's all I could do. And it wasn't because I felt like it was funny. That's just how my body reacted to that stress. Because it's just something that was so familiar, something that I've been hit with so many times that I couldn't do anything but laugh my whole way home.